Okay, here's one. Just occurred to me, being the poster guy for medical marijuana and all that, you heard the Antichrist jokes, heal the lame, all right, the new techniques, not mentioned in this note because this note was made before copyrights and yada yada yada, and so on for you others that don't speak now. Okay, the description of what marijuana does for you, psychotropically. Um, it's been what do they say? It causes a euphoric and causes a euphoric feeling, and I need for them to work on that. Exactly, I need to be more because my research. See, there are things, there are brain chains. Okay, things that thoughts that keep you from moving, that keep you. There are brain boundaries, walls, and partitions put up in your head, and there are brain chains that keep you from going only so far with a line of thinking. Um, Marijuana does a lot of things, but one of the things it does is allow you to pass through these walls, and it it frees you from the chain. There's no limit to how far you can go with a thought anymore. You feel it, you just haven't been able to describe it, and it hasn't been described for you. A a euphoric feeling by some square who smoked a joint in the 70s. No. We need a now, real life, what scientifically is going down in your brain besides the release of serotonin. What psychologically is happening? Has that research been done? I see all this testing in San Diego. I seen it in Rush College back in the days. What have you found out? You know, was it all medical? Nobody did no test on the psychological effects of marijuana, pro and con. What if it's making people super geniuses? Nobody did that test. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because look what I discovered. Come on now. People have been walking around twisted, bent over, back out, lame. Hundreds of years. And all they had to do was apply a simple technique, a technique that marijuana makes a piece of cake. Now, with the heavy programming, the technique might have been difficult for some. All right, but with the use whatever this marijuana does, it allows you to implement this technique. All right, even though I can't give you the name of the technique right now, like I said, for legal reasons, I can tell you this: it's mind over matter. It's literally mind over matter. And the version that you will get, you could call it mind over muscle. Okay, and it will give you can use it for anything, to become a great sports player, a great athlete, a great dancer, to get up out of a wheelchair, to start to run again, to walk again, to do all that stuff. It sounds like some kind of miracle, huh? Man, dude, uh, I don't know about miracles. Every description, every time, I don't know, different miracles in the eye of the beholder. you know, it's just, just different things to different people. But only thing I'm thinking about right now is the research was in the wrong direction. My 40 years of research or more has. I wish I could tell you guys on a note. I wish I could tell you what I discovered, how it worked, and all the dimensions of it. It's like, let me explain to you like this. I'm gonna tell you in language that you can all understand, so you can understand why I won't go in depth. Everyone understands the language of money, all right, in this time, in this world. I didn't make it like that, it just is. Okay? Now, if you invented, if you could coin and copyright and patent and have a lock on the entire martial arts world where no one could even use the word martial arts without going through you, how much money would that be? And this is beyond that, tenfold, way beyond that. That thing they call the martial art is a little tiny corner thing inside of this. The whole entire thing and all its styles and all its forms and all its thousand years is nothing but a little corner of this. And I'm holding it. I'm holding it. I'm the sole holder of it right now. Have to do this right. I mean, you want studios everywhere. Everyone's gonna want this. Come on now. I'm tired of walking with a cane. This is way past fitness guru. This is way up there. All right. So here goes another one. I know they're talking about the superstar. I know they're talking about the genius. I know they're talking about the politician, and don't even call him that. All right. And there's they talk about these dimensions of me. Uh, here goes another one. You know, because this medical marijuana thing. All right. Come on. When the last time you had someone elected and they smoked weed and everyone knew it and they were and they had a valid reason for doing it. Now you gotta look back at presidents were were you might as well say lynched, burned in effigy for because they hit a joint and didn't inhale, which makes you think that we were primitive, and which will let you know that back before that we might have been even more primitive, and more and more until you see what the founding of the country was, how primitive it was to what our children could put together today. They could put together a better country than we have right now. Our children, that's scary. You don't even want to admit it's true, what it is. So we can too, though. Shoot, we can too. All right, we could have been doing. We've been barking about it the whole time. Just no one gave anyone a chance to do it. You know, just had millions of people, hundreds of millions of people saying, if they listen to me, I wish I could talk to the president. I wish I could say something. I got an idea. All right, but there was no influx for the idea. There was no, there was no inlet. Okay, it was you're locked out. All right, we don't accept information from you. We give you what information we want you to know, and everything's above you is called classified. That made you feel alienated and not a part of it or nothing. Or I said, see, this is a whole nother flow. It's a whole different flow. It's a whole nother flow. Everyone will see it. It's a whole nother flow. Finally, we got one of us in there. You know, that's how they gonna feel, and then not the so-called black people, because they don't want to be called that no more. so, so we want to leave that one alone for right now. That'll be dealt with later. But mainly, we're talking about the marijuana thing here, and mainly probably about this concept that they call high. Okay, um, there's medical benefits, like I just mentioned. Well, let's talk about this other side, which I said is psychological benefits. The mind follows the body. This solution to the body is in the mind. So you could talk about the physical benefits, but I can't, I can see that, apply directly, whatever. But, but let's talk about the psychological thing. Let's talk about the part that everyone keeps referring to as high. That is not a scientific term, high. And people been doing it for decades and decades, man, for like a century, and still walk around calling it high. That's what I'm saying about losing it long time ago, and it just handed down. So y'all walking around talking about, yeah, man, I got high, man. You want to get high, man, high. And if one person stops in a crowd of 100,000 and say, hey, what do you mean get high? Smoke, man. You know, get boom. No, 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 no. What do you mean high? What is that? Okay. And some will give you something. All of them ain't stupid. They'll start telling you, man, get lifted, man. You know, get elevated. Bam, Kobe. There you go. Close. It's an elevated state of awareness. This is why it was called high. It's a higher state of awareness, which means your low state of awareness is there's something crawling on the wall. Should I get a shoe or something and kill it? That's your low state of awareness. But under the state of marijuana, you start watching its moves, watch how it creeps and stops, and how it runs along whatever it does. Okay, and then you might put yourself in the bug's place, what it's like to be a bug, and spare the bug. You start looking at it with what teacher referred to as an overstanding instead of understanding. Under, understanding the inner workings of something. Excuse me, gas bubble. So if I have a heart attack during this note, remember I thought it was gas. Um, when you have the inner workings of something, underneath, behind the scenes, that's understanding. Okay. Well, when you have an overall understanding of it, inside, outside, over the top of it, what brings above it, where it is origin, and all the whole kit and caboodle, that's over. Okay. The difference between the two is light years. All right. So you go into this overstanding mode when you partake of certain plants. Okay. And this plant right here has that medium, minimum damage, maximum effect. Other ones have other ones have a higher effect and a higher damage too. You know, they like go way up there, and then you shrivel up like a raisin and die. That's basically it. That's it. That's the accelerated version. All right, but you've seen it happen to people. All right, you know what I'm talking about. I have to call names. So this elevated awareness is what gives you the ability to implement this technique, these principles, this system, where in your normal state, you would be struggling. I'm telling you, you would be struggling. I see you now over there stretching and pulling and twisting and lifting and bending and running and sweating when you could get greater thoughts, greater results in a single thought. But it took me a lifetime and injuries, record book injuries. I don't know why no, I don't know how to describe it. See, what was take if you erase everything I just said, it would be a man standing there saying, "I don't know why I can walk. I don't know why I can still talk. I don't know how I can still think. I should be in a wheelchair, slobbering at the mouth, can't formulate a word. My head's been cracked and so many times. Both jaws been broken. My eyes been gouged. My throat, I've been hung. My neck is twist in my spine, dislocated. Both knees sliced. Ankle broken. Every finger broken. Uh, um, wounds and bangs and oh man, and bit by every bug and burnt, face burnt, hair burnt, eyebrows, eyelashes, everything, and and it's like coming back from the dead. That's how bad it could have been. Okay, but all the time I was working, and then something else got through on my plate. I'm like, really, really? It took a miracle for me to overcome that. And really, really, I'm getting you go to you sing the normal song that you sing. If any of you out there that's near me, just like this near this experience, you know what I mean. You go to singing the Job song. Like I didn't do nothing. Why me? You go to singing that song. Anyway, I sung the song. I did the walk. Not 40 days and 40 nights, 40 years. This didn't come easy. That's the mark of a pro to make it look easy. Okay? You see me dance and perform like, wow, and he does it so easy. Years and years of super hard work, not easy work, super hard work go into that easiness. Okay? Any pro will tell you. All right? It took a lot of muscle power to make it look like nothing. So this high thing is important. Don't let them push it off to you as a negative. The negatives are the negative is a positive too. See, there is no just negative. Okay? Let me explain to you. The loss of peripheral vision that you're talking about in street terms, your eyes get tight. Okay? We all know this. Your eyes get tight. All right? But that eyes getting tight is a symbol of something else, okay? It's not just your eyes can't just get tight. So there's a tension thing going on in you, okay? That's that right there is important, okay? It's important. I can't tell you here now, but it's important to your recovery, important to your acceleration and your elevation and your evolution, all right? There's so what I'm simply saying is there are down parts and even the down have upsides. And there are good parts and even the good parts have downsides. Remember, the answer to everything is both. It's the answer to every choice you got to make. It is probably best to do both or to stand in the middle and do neither. All right, it's still the balance of that same thing in the middle, in the center. It's where you want to be, always in the middle, in the center. In the eye of the storm, nobody's dying. Nobody's being tossed around, smashed up, or anything. It's calm and cool. The trick in life is to stay in the eye as the storm moves. See, people panic. People have to get out of the storm and they die. They get all tossed around, tore up, all kind of stuff. But you can just stay in the eye of the storm until the storm dissipates, and it would be a piece of cake. See, technique. See, kung fu, whatever you want to call it. I don't like using the name. It's almost like slander to me to say that. Um, it was a little slight joke. I don't even like to joke myself. So this thing is important. If you see me up on marijuana charges, this is previous record that hey, it was research marijuana. We were researching, we were doing stuff, and we may have been doing it on a large scale, like handing it out in a party situation, completely cameraed and mic'd anonymously, so that we can monitor people before. If you were to see me before I smoked, and the way I am now, what do they call it? Oh, more animated to those who've been watching me. See, all these same things go on in the inside, but I managed to move nothing but my lips toward the voice recorder so they can't tell. All right, all they can see is they can't even really see my lips moving. Okay, but now I'm more animated because the visions that I'm pointing in my head, I'm acting them out. Things become exterior. There's more reasons, more things to this. This is the part that needs to be publicized. I don't know what High Times magazine is publishing, but if it was interesting, really interesting, I would probably be subscribing myself. You know, someone would came to me like they used to back in the day and say, "Hey, in High Times, wah wah wah," make you want to get a copy. Well, magazines are almost gone, dude. Got to go to the website. Oh, they don't have websites no more because they have their Facebook page is getting more. Okay, I understand all this. Things change. Remember that. Giants of yesterday get knocked out by Goliaths of, get knocked out by Davids of today. The market changes. Don't forget. So don't think because someone's a super conglomerate that they will be reigning tomorrow, because there's a long list of giants that I don't know where they are, RCA and things, I don't not to call too many names, Blockbuster Video. I don't want to, come on now. Uh, I, um, hey, I wouldn't have wanted to be in the magnetic tape business right now. Okay, I wouldn't want my whole livelihood to be on CDs or DVDs, because somebody didn't get the warning when CDs disappeared. The DVD people think they're still in the game, and it's only a matter of time, man. Probably by the publishing of this note, it's over for them. You know, Redbox and that kind of stuff. They should have seen what the leaders would do and follow suit. See, Netflix, they used to send out little DVDs. They don't do that no more. Okay, they got like their own channel. They got an app, and so you have to see that. All right, so a lot of businesses, buildings downtown will be replaced by a cartoon one online. But that's a whole nother story. But the marijuana thing is legal. Like, it's better to be legal than legal. I still don't think liquor should be legal. I think liquor should be banned. I don't know what to say. It's like putting poison on the shelf. If you want to drink some poison and kill yourself, hey man, 19.99, give it here. Can you legalize poison? I don't think you can. So that thing has to be retrialed, because it's poison. It's nothing but poison. It has no human benefits. It is poison in a bottle on a shelf. It its toxicity is what gives you the intoxicated feeling. It destroying your brain makes you feel drunk and uncoordinated, because your brain cells are dying, and it's like dropping that worm in the tequila. That's what dropping your veins into that stuff is. They curl up. You look old, real old, and your skin looks like leather. You think you're still looking young because you smooth over with some moisturizing cream. Hey, those are micro wrinkles. It's not bad skin. Okay, now let's get back to what I'm saying. So, the plant is used in all shapes and forms. It has many benefits. You got a biggie coming from this one, though. You'll see the commercials. You'll see it. But you got to understand, to set something up to go national and international, and it has to be in a clinic type form, um, that calls for a lot of money and a lot of setup. So you don't be like I said, the election will be over with before we actually do it. So don't get mad because I don't have it in a box for you at Walmart and don't vote. Please don't do that. Like I'm really caring. Listen, it's no secret that I really have better things I could be doing, but there's not a better honor and a title and not a better position in which to do a lot of things. So I'm taking time to do this. I'm not a spring chicken. Don't do it now. When am I going to do it? And if I don't do it, who is? I don't see anybody stepping up for this. Like, so I called on the true thing. Nobody wants to grow up to be a gangbanger. TV puts that in your head. You know, it pushes you toward that way, and other people, peer pressure does that. And your natural choice of the offers given to you by TV and the media, if you're a boy, you want to be a superhero, hands down. All boys that want to be a superhero, raise your hand. See what I mean? They didn't want to be a gangster. The only reason they settled for a cop or a cowboy because it was in the hero category. They wanted to be that guy right there. So that's what we're doing, you know. We're bringing it into the real world, like DC Universe, X Men and stuff. Everyone has an ability, what we call a mutant ability sometimes means that if you throw a football every day, if you throw a football every day, you would develop a football arm. That's a mutant. That's a mutation. Your arm will mutate into an arm for throwing football. If you shoot a basketball every day, your arm will mutate into a basketball hand and a basketball arm. That's what kind of creature you are. All right, you're mutable. All right, so everyone is mutants of their experience. Whatever they experience, it mutated them into what they are. Some people can, and no two are the same. Some people, you talk about no people are better than each other. That's a barefaced lie. Some people can run faster than other people. Some people can jump higher. Some people can read faster. Some people are quicker, smarter, all that. They're not equal. They're not the same. And don't could lie to yourself. That's insane. Making everyone crazy, run around saying and saying things like that you can't prove. Well, you're just like me. You're just the same. You're no better than me. That's a lie. They're better at you in a lot of stuff, and you're better at them in some things. But you're not the same. That's something you got to get rid of, man. There is no Easter Bunny. The tooth fairies, it's your parents. And the government is some guy behind a desk who has a name tag, a name on his desk, or a name on the door, a phone number, email address, and all. You don't have to be scared of him. You probably kick his butt in a fair fight. Okay? Don't be saying, oh, the government, I need to take on the government. No. You don't have to write your congressman. Write that guy, that woman. All right? It's not the government. It ain't Trump you writing. It's somebody's department. Where your beef is, you go straight direct to management is what it's called, not government. Go straight to the person in management whose job it is to hear your complaint and take it to the person to who's responsible. And if they don't take it to them, ask for their resignation and ask to get them fired. That's how this company runs. So, the marijuana's go. I have something special for you coming out of that. Another dimension of me and what I'm here to do. Because it makes no sense, man, for your child to be walking trying to hide their limp. I got so many of my fans and stuff because I helped them. You need to come to the city of mercy. Come to the city of mercy where people have that same uh, one foot is shorter than the other, or my ankle slightly twisted, or this so my shoulder, just little things. Okay, I got one little arm, one big arm. Come here and see if you can spot them, cause they're here everywhere. But I bet you can't spot them like in your city. You're gonna be saying, "Dang, they cover it real good." But if I wasn't hurt myself, I wouldn't even noticed. That's not magic. That's been spread around like a program in a laboratory. It's been years of research, and it had to be tested. And there's many witnesses. They'll all tell you. Go ask the children. They'll tell you. Some of them don't even know what's going to hit them when they get in, and then they get close enough, and then it's just, I'm telling you. So it's like they're not hiding their flaws. They're actually overcoming them. They're not stopping them or slowing them down or nothing. They're not knocking them off balance or anything. This is something you gotta see, all right? And I did not use the weed, or it would have been faster for them, better for them. I could have made it way easier for them, but I could not teach children, hey, smoke some weed and do this. It just was not legal at the time. Now it is. So we just have to see, okay? Special treatments. They're tired of physical therapists, rehabilitation, and people talking about another surgery. Well, man, we can do another surgery. They're tired of that crap. You know, they just want to. They just want to live right. Everybody else got two arms, two legs that work right. Everybody got two eyes that work right. Everybody else stuff is in line. Everybody, you see, you understand what I'm saying? It's not everybody else is. Actually, everybody else is flawed too. One ear is higher than the other, and on and on. It's just that when yours is exaggerated to hide theirs, they point at you. They pick out that person. Yeah, look at that one. When they, so no one's looking at us. You know, it's the oldest game in college. So we're gonna fix that problem. We're gonna do some miracles. Now let's hear what the other candidates got to say that they're gonna do for people. Let's hear what their agenda is. We're gonna cut taxes, and you know you're the backbone of America. And then let's see what they say. Let's see if they can top that. If they can top any of this. Are they gonna resurrect Michael Jackson to appease the people and represent us? Can they? Can they? Is Superman gonna be from America? You know, is the biggest star in the world gonna be for? Is he gonna be the biggest star in the world, where he got the rest of the world wooed already? You don't have to worry about arguments and wars and stuff because they all love him. Is he? Can he do that? Can he top that? Can he make the cripple correct? Can he fix everyone's mind? Can he answer their questions? Can he tell every race who they are so they can quit feeling like amnesia patients? Does he have the cabinet to match this? The people he picked. Would they dare even debate me? Let alone could they do any of these things? These guys can't even talk to me. It's political suicide to talk to him with cameras on. Are you crazy? It's a landslide. They already know. You have to. I'm on his side, actually. That's what the friends are going to tell him. I can't support you in this, Bob. I have to do my conscience. I got my kids, my daughter's looking at me. This is where it gets serious. This is where shit gets real. The ones have arrived. Make a choice.